Janome is proud to introduce to you our home-use cover stitch machines, the Cover Pro series. The innovative design of the Cover Pro series combines the features of an industrial cover stitch machine into the convenient styling of a household machine to create an easy-to-use, heavy-duty cover stitch machine. In addition to creating professional-looking cover stitches, the Cover Pro series provides exceptional control for all types of fabrics. Let's take a look at some of the many innovative features of the Cover Pro series. Janome's Cover Pro boasts the largest sewing space available anywhere, 5.5 inches by 4 inches. Such generous space also means you can actually make a cover stitch in the middle of a garment. And it lets you raise the presser foot lifter with your right hand, just like a sewing machine. With the Cover Pro, upper needle threading is color-coded, easy to see, and smooth. But it's the lower looper that will really make you smile. It's the easiest ever. The looper only needs to be threaded in a minimal number of places. Simply pull the thread through, push the looper closed, and you're ready to stitch. The needle of the Cover Pro is vertical, just like your sewing machine. This vertical needle mechanism allows the front and rear feed dogs to be closer together for greater feed control, which means neater stitching, especially when sewing over thick seams. Janome's Cover Pro leads the competition in stitch length control and differential feed ratio. Stitch length can be adjusted up to 4 millimeters depending on your fabric. And the differential feed ratio can be adjusted between 0.5 and 2.25. Did you notice that the stitch length and differential feed dials are located on the right-hand side? This allows you to make adjustments while you are sewing without needing to move the fabric. Because it's a Janome, you can be assured lots of little extra features that make sewing a joy have also been included. Like having the hand wheel higher and turning in the same familiar direction as your sewing machine. And like having extra lift for when you are working with thick fabrics. Another handy feature you'll appreciate is having the upper thread tension discs release when the presser foot is lifted. This lets you draw the threads out when you finish sewing, even in the middle of a garment. And then you can clip your thread tails with a convenient one-hand thread cutter. With Janome quality and precision, you know your stitches will look as beautiful on the outside as the inside. Janome has developed a number of accessories to use with the Cover Pro series. These accessories make it even easier to create beautiful garments from knits and other stretch fabrics. The tape binder is used for finishing and covering the raw edges of stretch fabrics. The binder folds the fabric you wish to use as tape around the raw edge as you sew, allowing you to make beautifully finished neck and armholes and bind any raw edge with ease. The center guide foot is used for lining up the center of a 2 or 3 needle stitch with a previously sewn seam. This attachment is especially useful on sportswear and allows you to tack down already sewn seams, give extra strength to seams that come under strain, or simply to finish with a decorative effect. The clear view cover stitch foot gives you a better view of what you are sewing. It is especially useful for decorative stitching and can also be used with other attachments such as the cover hem guide to match up the end of a hem seam with its start for a beautiful finish. The cover hem guide folds over a consistent width of fabric for you, making it easy to form hems, cuffs, and other finished edges. When sewing the hem of a tubular item such as a skirt, you can press the release button as you near the finish to release the guide and then finish the rest of the hem. The elastic gathering attachment allows easy attachment of elastic tape for waists and cuffs, which is especially useful for making undergarments and children's clothing. The wide workspace of the Cover Pro means you can even add a bit of elastic in the middle of a garment, for example, to the waist of a dress. There are 2 sizes of the elastic gathering attachment to choose from, one for narrow tapes and one for wide tapes. The adjustable seam guide is used to give a consistent distance between rows of decorative stitching and can also be used to guide the edge of your seam allowance. The Cover Pro extension table was designed specifically for the Cover Pro series of machines and snaps into place. It is extremely stable and provides you with extra workspace in front to give you more control and therefore neater stitches, especially when working with larger pieces of stretchy fabric. Let's take a look at how the Cover Pro and its accessories were used to make this adorable children's outfit. The tape binder was used to bind the neck and armhole edges. To prepare for use, attach the tape binder to the machine and loosen the screws to allow positioning. Then guide the fabric to be used as tape through the binder. Pull out the end and slide it under the presser foot. Finally, adjust the position of the guide to properly align the tape with the needles. To sew the neck, first sew a short length of the tape to make sure the positioning has been set correctly. Then insert the fabric to be bound between the folds and gently guide it as you sew, taking care not to stretch the fabric. The center guide foot was used to strengthen and enhance the decorative effect of the contrast seam in the middle of the top. There is no preparation necessary. Simply attach the foot, align your fabric, and sew. The cover hem guide was used for the bottom hem of the top. To prepare for use, first lower the needles into the fabric and lower the presser foot. Then fold over your fabric the desired width, slide the cloth guide into place against the fold, and secure it by turning the thumb screws. Now that the right side has been set, release the fabric, slide both layers under the presser foot, and secure the fabric again. Finally, to keep the fabric from shifting, insert the sliding guide into the hem and slide the hem smoother over the fold. As you sew, gently guide the fabric against the guide step. Just before reaching the end of the seam, press the release button to release the guide and then finish sewing the rest of the hem. The Type 2 elastic gathering attachment was used to attach elastic tape to the waist of the shorts. To prepare for use, adjust the position of the tape with the needle and the tape with the attachment. Then, close the attachment and release the elastic tape to adjust the amount of gathering with the thumb screw. To sew the waist, simply align your fabric over the tape as desired and sew.